everyone. Welcome all of you to learn US taxes with EA Manushi Shah. So, after the series of the filing requirement and the overview of the form, I am here coming up with a new concept which is the non-resident tax filer returns. So, many of the tax professionals and the students are having the common query whether any taxpayer or any person who has generated income from the United States, does it mean that each and every person needs to file their tax return in the US? Whether they need to file 1040 or any other form? So to answer all this question, I am here to give you the brief idea or the basic things which you should be aware regarding the filing of non-resident taxation. So let's try to understand. So in this video, we will be learning that what is the filing requirement for the non-resident filers, who can be treated as a non-resident aliens, then what are the changes are there as compared to 1040 form, what is the filing due date in case of 1040 NR filers, then specific two type of schedules. One is Schedule OI and Schedule NEC, which is associated with 1040 NR form. What are those schedules? And what are the type of, income or how you can report the income for these 1040 NR filers. So starting with filing requirement. So to give the answer of all your question is, whenever we will be having any information which is pertaining to the non-resident alien. Now you must be having a question that what is non-resident alien? So it is the opposite word of the resident alien. And what is the resident alien? That we have already learned in our previous video. If you haven't watched that, wait for a minute. After this slide, we will be coming with a non-resident alien terms. Okay, so whenever you will be having information pertaining to the non-resident alien, so you just need to ask two questions: whether that non-resident person is engaged in any trade or business which is there in United States in the current year. If yes, that even if they haven't generated any income, they don't have any US source income, and they have exempt income as per the US IRC code or the treaty benefit, they have to file the tax return, right? So most important question is, if taxpayer or the person who is a non-resident alien who is engaged in US trade or business, then they have to file the 1040 NR. Now, second question, non-resident alien not engaged in trade or business in the United States during the year. And if they have received any income from the United States, which is required to report on Schedule NEC of 1040 NR form, and their income, the taxpayer owes taxes and that is withheld from that income, right? So if it is that this two situation, if the taxpayer or the non-resident alien is not engaged, but due to this two situation, they have to file 1040 NR form. Now, I hope your question must be answered that each and every person who has generated income from US, that doesn't mean they have to file the tax return. Based on this two main question and the different scenario and the situation, you have to decide whether they have to file the tax return or not. Now, second question, which form they need to file? I already told you 1040 NR, which is meant for the filing form for the non-resident individual, right? 1040 form and 1040 SR, that is for the senior citizen. That form is available for the resident aliens, right? And for the non-resident, we have 1040 NR form. Now coming to the, what is the meaning of non-resident alien? So we have seen at the time of resident alien, there are two tests which we need to take care. One is substantial present test and one is green card test, right? Substantial present test will be based on the number of days that taxpayer was present in United States, and the green card test, which is based on the residency, permanent residency based test. If any individual who doesn't meet the substantial present test and the green card test, those are treated as a non-resident alien. So it is very easy to remember. This is the opposite of the resident alien, and in resident alien, we have to check either green card test or the substantial presence test, right? Now, if we talk about the changes as compared to 1040 form, because 1040 form is the form which is meant for a US resident and the US citizen, right? So, US citizen and the US residents are required to show the worldwide income in their 1040 form. Whether they have generated income from the US or any other country, they have to mention in this 1040 form. Wherein in 1040 NR form, we just need to mention the income non-resident has generated from the US sources of income, right? Okay, so if we talk about the filing status, which we have seen on the 1040 form, so basically there are 5 filing status which is available in the 1040 form: single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, head of household, and qualifying surviving spouse, or you can say qualifying widower. Okay, if we talk about 1040 NR, so married filing jointly and the head of household, these two status are not available on 1040 NR form, right? So that you can check on 1040 NR form. Apart from that, there are specific schedules are there which can be used only for 1040 NR and which can only used for 1040 form. As of now, you just need to remember there are 2 specific schedules. One is schedule OI, one is schedule NEC, which is specifically mean for 1040 NR form, right? So this is specifically forms and schedules. Apart from that, if we talk about credits, right? Credits. So there are so many credits which is available for the resident and the citizen of the United States, out of which child tax credit, additional child tax credit, other dependent credit, premium tax credit. So these are the specific credits which is available only for the resident of the United States, which is not available for the non-resident. Few of the credits and few of the benefits are specifically available for the non-resident of United States, but if they are resident of either Canada, Mexico, to the extent of limited extent for the resident of India and the South Korea, few of the benefits of the credits will be available to those taxpayer. Apart from that, these credits are not available on non-resident alien tax filing form 1040 NR, right? So there are certain specific benefits which is available for 1040 filers only. Okay, if we talk about the due date, right? So whenever you will be having, information regards to filing of 1040 NR form, you have to again ask 2 questions. Whether the income that non-resident person has generated, which is subject to tax withheld. If yes, then the due date will be the, due dates which is available for the 1040 filers. That is the 15th day of the 4th month after the completion of the tax year, which will be 15th April of the following year. 6-month extension is available for NR filers also. So in this situation, if taxpayer has taken the benefit of extension, then the due date will become 15th October, right? But if the income of the non-resident is not subject to tax withholding, right? In that situation, the due date will become, original due date will become 15th June instead of 15th April. And similar way here also, 6-month extension can be granted. So in this situation, the extended due date will become 15th December instead of 15th October. So there are 2 scenario, 2 situation. Based on that, you can, have your filing date. Okay. I told you there are 2 specific schedules which is associated with 1040 NR form. One is schedule OI, one is schedule NEC. Schedule OI is used for other information, wherein you can have the information with regards to residency and the citizenship of the taxpayer, on which type, type of visa that taxpayer came to US, whether it can be, like student visa, it can be, job visa, it can be different type of visa, right? Have you applied a green card for the particularly for the current year? If yes, then you have to mention that information. Have you changed your visa type, that initially you came to US on a student visa and now you shifted to any other type of visa? Then that information you have to mention on schedule OI. How many number of days you spent physically in the United States. So you have to mention the date you entered in US, date you departed from US, total number of days you are present in particularly current year, even with the number of days you were present in the past 2 years. Because to check the substantial present test, we need the information of the whole 3 years pertaining to the current year, previous year, and preceding previous year, right? So all this information will be mentioned on the schedule OI. Apart from that, we have schedule NEC. So NEC is specifically used for not effectively connected with US trade or business income. So income which is not effectively connected with the United States trade or business, all those information you have to mention here, wherein you have to mention the different types of income, which can be interest, dividend, capital gain, right, which is not effectively connected with US trade or business. So it's your primary responsibility and the accountability to mention the income on the schedule NEC, right? So these are the two specific schedules. Okay, if we talk about the reporting of the income which is pertaining to the non-resident filers, so I already told you that income can be effectively connected with the United trade or business, or it can be not effectively connected. If it is connected with the United trade or business, then all those income will be taxed at the graduated tax rate, which is available for the slab rates, right? If any non-resident filers has generated not effectively connected income, which can be known as FDAP income, which is fixed, determinable, annual, and periodic income, which is known as FDAP income. And this FDAP income will include your interest, dividend, rent, royalty income, and all, right? And this income will be taxed at a 30%. Generally, it will be taxed at a 30% rate, right, or any lower rate if it is specified in the treaty agreement. So basically each and every country is having a specific treaty, or you can say agreement, with the United States, right, particularly for a specific taxability income, exempt income, and all, right, which country will charge how many percentage, that has been specified in this treaty agreement, right? So according to that, we have to report our income on specific schedule OI, schedule NEC, and other associated schedules on form 1040 NR, and then we can prepare our 1040 NR tax return. So this is all about the brief idea, or the brief things which you should be aware whenever you will be having a question in your mind, that if any non-resident has generated income from US, then what are the tax consequences. If you want to know in detail, then you can join our detailed workshop, which is specifically meant for preparation of 1040 NR tax return, wherein you will know each and everything which you need to take care before the preparing the tax return. What are the things which needs to be with you whenever you will be preparing 1040 NR tax return? What are the things which you need to check after entering all the income related information? What are the specific things which is available in case of 1040 NR filers? So all these things will be circulated with the practical tax return in the workshop. So stay tuned for our upcoming workshop detail. If you want to join, then you can join us. And you can have your hands on preparation of 1040 NR tax return. Thank you so much, guys. If you have any question or concern, you can email me, or you can just put a direct message on LinkedIn. Thank you. Bye-bye. Stay tuned for further more videos like this.